Chief High Spunk back to you with another one, and this is the hardest video that I've had to make. The Chiefs lose Super Bowl 59 to the Philadelphia Eagles. They didn't just lose this game, they got their ass kicked. They got smashed in this football game. There was no point in this football game where the Chiefs had a chance to win. The Eagles controlled this game from the moment of kickoff to when the clock hit zero. They did it with defense. Their defense was phenomenal. Jalen Carter, all the hype. I can't believe they got this guy at 6. I mean, in the draft. I mean, what a steal for them. The two defensive backs, rookies that they had, Mitchell and Dijon, played amazing. Dijon with a pick 6 in this football game. How about that from the rookie? Good for him. I remember when they drafted him, I said, "Who is this guy?" I mean, he looks young out there. I mean, is he even 18? And he ends up making a play in the Super Bowl and getting a pick 6. Ended up eating my words on that one. The Philadelphia Eagles defense was amazing in this game. You can put it up there with the Ravens defense, with Ray Lewis, with Polamalu, with the Steelers, with Von Miller, with the Broncos. I'm sure there's other defenses out there that I can't remember. I wasn't alive when they were playing, but this defense from the Eagles was phenomenal. Patrick Mahomes could not do anything in this football game. I've never seen a game where he's played where he just looked that bad. I mean, you can go back to the Buccaneers Super Bowl, but more in that game, he showed up in that game. It was just honest players that around him. Nobody showed up for the Chiefs, but more importantly, Mahomes did not show up in this football game. He was there, but it just he would try to get out to his right, and earlier in the game, a few plays that I can remember, Travis Kelce's behind him, and he throws a pass. Kelsey probably should have caught it. First down catch, and he misses it, and then he throws another one to him that's short, and it was just downhill. It was just downhill from the Eagles' first possession. The Chiefs got a punt. A.J. Brown had a pass interference penalty, and it was kind of tic tac, honestly. I mean, he did push McDuffie's face mask on, but the Eagles, if they would have got that, they were going down and getting a touchdown. We all know that. I feel like after that call, mostly all the penalties in the game were on the Chiefs, but they were good calls. It wasn't like I was sitting here going, "That's a bad call right there," or "That play shouldn't have happened." There was only one call in the football game: Saquon Barkley, personal foul, late hit penalty on Nick Bolton. He hit him in the back. I thought that was kind of tic tac, but they called a good game today. There's nothing I can say about the officials or anything like that, and we can put to bed the rig talk. We can put to bed people saying that the NFL is rigged for the Chiefs because they got their ass kicked today. They weren't rigging anything. The Super Bowl boycott was lifted. At about halftime, people were texting each other, the people that weren't watching, saying, "Hey, the Chiefs are getting their ass kicked right now. You might want to watch." And they could literally do nothing today. 4 drives in the first half, they would just get stopped. They couldn't even get first downs on the Eagles defense. I mean, they were just that dominant today. Jalen Carter, unreal. I cannot say enough about him. We talk a lot about Chris Jones. Let's stop talking about Chris Jones here. Let's start talking about Jalen Carter as him being the best defensive tackle in the game. He was so dominant today. I mean, he was throwing Caliendo around. I mean, he's throwing Trey Smith around. Trey Smith's trying to hold him. I mean, that was one of the good calls today. Was the holding call on Trey Smith? I thought that was a good call. Chiefs got a decision to make on him in the offseason. Do they try to sign Trey Smith to a massive deal because he's going to want big money? He's a 5th round pick. He wasn't getting paid very much, so he's going to want big money. I'm sure teams would love to have Trey Smith on their team, and that's going to make the Chiefs' offensive line just even weaker. And that part of the Chiefs got exposed today. This one really isn't on the defense. I thought the defense played well enough to keep us in this game. 17-0. I mean, it should have been probably higher than that in the first half, but they were able to keep us in it. Brian Cook had an interception. If they don't get that, they're probably going for it on that 4th and 5. I'm assuming. All week I had came in and heard Elliott was a terrible field goal kicker. Well, he made about 4 field goals today, about 45, 50 yards, a couple of those, and the Eagles just played so well today. There was just nothing, no flaw about them besides, the only thing I can really take positively was the Chiefs stopping Saquon Barkley. And I could say this, I mean, I've talked to a few people so far, text messages, and asked them if I told you we'd stop Barkley to 60 yards in the fourth quarter. I mean, you would think the Chiefs were winning this game 34-6. I mean, you would think the score would be opposite, but what happened in this game is just they couldn't do anything offensively against that defense. The run game was nowhere. Pacheco and Hunt, they were there too. I mean, they just couldn't do anything. I mean, you ever go into something or play a sporting event where you're not great, you're okay at something, but you go into it and they're just much better. I could only think of playing basketball against people and playing against someone who's 6'10" and them just swatting the shit out of your shot, your jump shot. That's kind of like what it felt like. It felt like anytime Mahomes would go up for a jump shot, try to shoot something, Jalen Carter would just swat that shit right back in his face. And he literally did it. He literally put his hand right in Mahomes's right in his mask at the end of the game, and Mahomes isn't getting that call. I mean, he'll get that call if it's a close game, but if it's a blowout, he's not getting that call from the refs. All day he had that look on his face like, I need more time. There's no way for me possible to sit back here. I need 3-4 seconds for my guys to get separation, to get open, and he couldn't do it. A couple times today, I mean, he had a chance to throw one deep to Worthy earlier in the game, and he checked off of it and checked down on it. Anytime the Chiefs got to a 4th-and-3, 4th-and-5 situation, or 3rd-and-3, 3rd-and-5 situation, the Eagles played really good on short yardage. God, this is painful, man, to talk about this game, man. It hurts because I finally had some time to make YouTube videos on my team. Finally got some time to do it. And the 1 year that I come on here to make YouTube videos, they get their ass kicked in a Super Bowl. It's painful. It really is. It's more so on the Eagles, though. On the Eagles players. It's more like congratulations to them. Anyone that, faces adversity and then has to wait a long period of time for good things to happen. I'm happy for people like that. I talked a lot of shit to Eagles fans, and it wasn't really about football. It was more so about other shit, and I'm really eating those words right now, or I am going to eat those words for sure. I'm not going to apologize for anything that I said. If I say it, then I mean it. It's not anything like that. Maybe I was wrong. It takes someone to say maybe they were wrong, and maybe I shouldn't have said those things, but they're out there now, and I can't take that away. But I'm not going to apologize for anything. What I'm going to apologize for is to the people that sat there and expected a good game and got a blowout. People that expected this to be entertaining, something fun to watch. The Eagles were just so much more better. There's just no way I can explain it. And Hurts, it wasn't like he went off for a big game like he did in 57, but what he was dangerous on was his runs up the middle on third down. That's another thing too, is he was doing the exact same thing Josh Allen was. I wonder if they watched that film on the Buffalo Bills earlier in the year when the Chiefs lost, is when it wasn't there, that first option wasn't there. Hurts would tuck it and run right up the middle, and he would get 10 to 20 yards on a run. Allen did that same thing in that Week 11 matchup, and the Chiefs weren't able to get any hands on him. The one time they actually sacked him in garbage time, but the one time where it could have had a chance for them to really gain some momentum in this game, they sent a blitz. Spags sent a blitz, and they sacked Hurts, but there was a flag on the play. Was it a good flag? Yeah, you know, I said most of these flags were good flags, so I don't want to make it about that. I want to make it about the Eagles' defense first and foremost. Darius Slay, we didn't even see much of him today. That's because Mahomes didn't really have time to throw the football. Their slot corners, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Dijon, Mitchell, those guys played phenomenal. This win for the Eagles is, I first look at those guys. I'm looking at Jalen Carter, Zach Bond, and then that Eagles offensive line. And then, you can give Hurts and then Barkley, guys that we thought would have been phenomenal in this game and being the Super Bowl MVP. I know Hurts probably got the MVP, but he just didn't play great in my opinion. Maybe I'm taking the two touchdown runs away, the touchdowns passing. He played really good, but the Chiefs defense kind of kept them in the game with that interception. It's just when they got the football, they literally would try to run it on first down to Hunt or Pacheco, and it'd be a 2-yard gain. Now you're in 2nd and 8 and incompletion. Now you're in 3rd and 8. Some of these times they would get holding calls or go back, and now it'd be 3rd and 17, 3rd and 18, and Mahomes has no chance. He's running for his life out there. So many times today I watch him do that little twirl where he twirls around and tries to go in between guys. I mean, that's what type of day it was for him. It reminded me exactly of the Buccaneers Super Bowl from a few years ago when he's running away from Pierre Paul and those guys. I forget some of the guys they had on that team, but I know Jason Pierre-Paul was on that team. Yeah, in both the Super Bowls that they've lost, Mahomes has lost. He's been running for his life, and they have to address that in the offseason, that's for sure. But it's the Philadelphia Eagles moment right now. Congratulations to Nick Sirianni and what he was able to accomplish. This guy is always, every single year I kind of feel like Sirianni his job is on the line. And I don't think it should be. It really should be. And when you're in Philly, it's different than you're playing in Jacksonville, or it's different than playing in Seattle. You got a lot more leeway in those places, and in Philly you don't. And it's good to see Nick Sirianni get some job security moving forward. What he's built with the Eagles is impressive. He faced adversity, and he did what Kyle Shanahan couldn't do. He lost Super Bowl to the Chiefs and then came back and beat them. And now, really, what the storyline next year is, let's see, let's run it back with the Eagles and the best 2 out of 3, right? That'll be the storyline coming into next year. But realistically, right now at this point, if we played the Eagles 100 times, we'd probably win 88 of. Well, no, we'd probably lose 88 times. we probably only win 12 times. I mean, this Eagles team today was phenomenal. They were better than a lot of in positions. They were better than the Chiefs. Their defense was better. Their defensive backs were better than what our wide receivers could bring to the table. Our wide receivers couldn't get separation on them. They played. They played. I don't know. They played a lot of zone. I kind of felt like, and then they kind of manned up a little bit towards the third downs. But the story of it was the pressure Mahomes got, the pressure that he got in his face on the interception. Zach Pond, Joe Tooney gets pushed right back into him, and he can't really step into the throw. And that's more on Pat. I think Pat needs to step up right there, step to the side, and kind of create space right there, and he didn't. The interception to Dijon, Pat rolled out to his right, and I think he, I think he had a guy open. I think he was going for Hollywood Brown. He had a guy open. It was going to be a low throw to him, but Dijon breaks off on his route. He's reading the eyes of Patrick Mahomes. This guy's a rookie, makes that play, and ends up being a pick six. And really, there was a lot of daggers in this football game, but that one was really the dagger, that pick six by Dijon. And I kind of knew right then and there that the Chiefs really had no chance in this football game. And superstitious person, I moved my TV into one of the rooms here that I had vacant in my house. I was in the garage all year, and I moved the setup in here to get better connection for the game, and the Chiefs ended up losing when I moved it in here. I wonder if I would have moved it, would have kept it in the garage, would they have at least kept it competitive today? But I don't think so. Not against this Eagles team. Like I said, they're just better in every skill position. Running back, quarterback today. I mean, offensive line's better. Defensive backs were better today. Linebacker crew was better. Every single aspect of the game, the Philadelphia Eagles were better than the Chiefs. And talking a lot of shit going into the week, you never expected this. I did a Super Bowl contest, where about 150 people pick scores, and you can go back and watch this. I got the video up in the comments. 150 people picked scores, and nobody picked 40-22 Eagles. You had one guy try to edit it, and it said edited 40-22. I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, had a $500 Super Bowl contest giveaway. It wasn't a giveaway; it was a Super Bowl contest, and nobody had the Eagles 40-22. So this was a shock to everyone out there that watched this football game. The Eagles dominated from start to finish. All I can do is really apologize to the people that were expecting a good game. They did not get that, and the world is happy right now. I'm sure people out there are pouring shots, champagne. The Chiefs did not get their three-peat. That's fine. That's okay, because what I do now is the same thing I did against the Buccaneers. I hold that Lombardi that we won the previous year tighter. I hold the two that we won the last couple years. I hold them a little tighter. I hold the four that the Chiefs have won a little bit tighter, because you don't take it for granted from games like this. I could never see the Chiefs win a Super Bowl again, and I would pass away a happy man. I don't like getting my ass kicked in Super Bowls, especially after talking a lot of shit. But it happened, and realistically, I have to accept that, eat the crow, and that's what this video is for. Eagles fans, Like I said, I'm not going to apologize, but I am going to say that I was wrong. A lot of the shit that I said my videos, um, about what happened to 45-47 in your state, was to fire you up. A lot of the stuff that I said about Kensington was to fire you up. Um, and that's what I'm looking to do. I wasn't, if you found it disrespectful or something like that, then really you don't get what my comedy is. I have to separate myself from other video makers out there. X's and O's doesn't get you views. What gets you views is that 45-47 stuff, that that Kensington stuff, that tearing up your city stuff. That's what gets you views. People, you want a reaction. That's what you want to do. You want to get a reaction from people. I don't have a fan base big enough where I can hop on here and just do positive X's and O's. Um, are the Chiefs gonna win? What are they gonna do? I can't do that type of stuff. I have to do some crazy type of content to get views when you first start out a channel. Um, I'm trying to do what I can here, and it's painful that I started this channel this year. I had chances to start this. I should have started it last year. I mean, it wouldn't have been as painful, but you almost feel like you're like a Super Bowl jinx to your team when they lose, and you um, create a YouTube channel and try to do Chiefs content and they lose the Super Bowl. So people got that on me too as well. Guys, moving forward, the Chiefs are going to have to address that offensive line. Um, that line was so bad today that uh, Caliendo, Joe Tooney, it really got exposed. They tried to start a rookie. They drafted from BYU. I can't say his name. I'm not even going to attempt to say his name. He's Penei Sewell's cousin. Yeah, he was a left tackle for BYU, and I think he was a right tackle or something. But they tried to make him a left tackle. He played pretty well against the Ravens that first game, but really got exposed against the Bengals. And then they took him out. They put Wanya Morris in, and he struggled. He was terrible. He got beat so many times this year. They signed DJ Humphries. They tried to bring him in, and he was just injured and got hurt, constantly kept getting hurt. Then they slid Joe Tooney over to left tackle. It seemed to be a pretty good Band-Aid. And it worked. It worked up until the Super Bowl when they played the Eagles, and the Eagles' defensive line feasted today. Really, I can't even name any of the guys besides Jalen Carter. It's just a blur to me. But really, their left defensive end and right defensive end, what they were doing is that defensive end they knew when Mahomes was throwing the football, because the Chiefs got down so much in this football game that they had to throw the football early, mostly on a two down, first and third down. They had to throw the football, and that left defensive end would pin his ears back and just over pursue. And what it would do was it forced Mahomes to step up in the pocket, and he couldn't get to his right because Jalen Carter was pushing that way. And then when he tried to go up the middle, he would just get sacked. Probably about 4 or 5 sacks for the Eagles today. I really don't know. But it's really just a blur to me. Getting your ass kicked this bad. Very, very humbling experience. And you can really, yeah, I mean, the Eagles definitely humbled me a little bit, but you can really only humble yourself. And maybe I need to change my content moving forward. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more positive, and maybe the shit talking needs to stop a little bit, because until the Chiefs can show that they can back it up again, then there's really no use for it. You're just really looking like an asshole. And look, I mean, there's sometimes you press play and you look like an idiot, and for the most part, I did. these last couple weeks. But now I think moving forward, it's time to get more serious and find ways to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Why did the Chiefs lose this game? The holes in this team need to be addressed. There could be some people retiring after this game. Travis Kelce, Andy Reid. If that happens, really the dynasty kind of closes the door, closes the window. The Chiefs were able to get 3 Super Bowls out of 5. That's pretty good. I'm not a greedy person. I don't know about you, but 1 Super Bowl was all I really needed. After that, this is just house money, in my opinion. But that first Super Bowl, I really changed my life around. The second Super Bowl, the first Super Bowl, I changed my life around. Just got more into it with my family. After that, I really didn't talk to much family. And then once the Chiefs won that Super Bowl, I started talking to family again. Then they lost to the Bucks. Then I started working on myself. I started, eating a little bit better, running, working out. Got a job. Started working a lot more, a couple jobs actually. And the past couple years, I've been doing that. And then recently, went and kind of started my own business a little bit. Got my own hours. Really got the time to make YouTube videos, and it just sucks because to really start making them and then your team loses the Super Bowl, that's really hard to deal with. It really is. But the happiest person right now is Josh Allen. And then, you got probably Joe Burrow out there. You got Lamar Jackson. They're very happy. They didn't want to see Mahomes win a Super Bowl. And then you got the whole world out there happy. I mean, you got the whole world. And you just kind of think of that Boys to Men song. Is this the end of the world? Is this the end of the dynasty for the Chiefs? Me personally, I think they'll be back. I think they'll be back. Me personally, but I have to ask those questions. I have to say those type of things because that's part of the crow. That's what people want to hear. People want to hear, hey, you got your ass kicked. The dynasty is not once like you thought it was. Yeah, if they got the three-peat, then you could talk your shit, but they didn't. So shut your mouth and eat the crow. Deal with it. Give the Philadelphia Eagles their just due, and I will. Eagles fans, you deserve this. You guys earned this. If I could shake each one of your hands, I would. I'll never apologize for anything I say, though, because one thing's for sure, you might not get what I'm trying to do here, but I'm trying to get a reaction, trying to fire people up. And if I said anything to offend any of you, then so be it. That's just how it is. But one thing I can't take away from you is the Lombardi Super Bowl 59. It's yours. Congratulations. I'm not going to say it couldn't happen to a better fan base because, there's better fan bases out there than you guys, but congratulations to you. I just hope you don't tear your town up too much tonight. But you've got now multiple Super Bowls. You've lost a couple too as well, but the future is bright if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. And the future is still a little bit bright for the Chiefs fans. I mean, the window's closing a little bit. Kelce and Andy Reid are getting a little bit older. But this Eagles team is very young, and we'll be back next year, that's for sure. I can't see them losing to the Lions or the 49ers or the Commanders again. They're going to come back and talk about a repeat of their own. So, like I said, congratulations to all the Eagles players, fans, coaches, um, coming from a guy who talked a lot of shit about your organization, fan base, your town, uh, your state. Um, I'm eating the crow right now, and um, congratulations to you guys. There's not much more I want to say. All I can really say is I'm not going to block anyone. There's nothing that you can say to me that is going to piss me off. I'm more pissed off at my team at this point. I'm more pissed off at Nick Sirianni out coaching Andy Reid. I'm more pissed off at Jalen Hurts outplaying Patrick Mahomes. I'm more pissed off at the Eagles defense just being more prepared than the Chiefs did. I'm not sure what the Chiefs did this whole week, but it doesn't look like they prepared at all. It looks like they went through the motions. And they were never able to wake up in this football game. And the Eagles win Super Bowl 59, 40-22. A couple garbage time touchdowns from Mahomes. Or this could have very easily been a 34-6 game, 40-22 type of game. I think it was 41-22, one of the two, but it doesn't really matter. They got their ass kicked either way. I personally will be making a lot of draft videos, probably starting next week. So if anybody's interested in the NFL draft or you made it this far in the video, you definitely want to subscribe for that. I'm not going to be just doing Chiefs draft content. I'm going to be doing draft content on all the things going on out there in the draft, the needs of every team. Most importantly, though, the Chiefs, this offensive line needs to be addressed. The defensive line needs to be addressed. Do they keep Chris Jones, who was a shell of himself for most of the year? There's a lot of question marks I have going into this offseason. It's going to be a long one, and we were due for a long one. You can't win them all. You can't win every single Super Bowl, and you gotta win. If you're gonna win and talk shit, then you gotta lose and eat the crow, and you gotta lose with class. I mean, you don't want to come on here and be a sore loser. So, there's not much more to say. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Congratulations to the Eagles coaching staff, players, fans. I can't say enough. You guys kicked our ass today. Thank you for watching.